What if we convert it into a hot air balloon?
Cool! AumSum will look awesome as a hot air balloon!
Oh, AumSum! Firstly, if we convert it into a hot air balloon, we may not be able to stay on the ground for long. We may start floating soon. Secondly, if we convert it into a hot air balloon, even a small hole may send us crashing. Thirdly, if we convert it into a hot air balloon, airplanes may start flying empty. Fourthly, hot air balloons are huge in size. If we convert it into a hot air balloon, we may need a much bigger house. Fifthly, if we convert it into a hot air balloon, cars, bikes, buses, trains will be of no use to us anymore. Lastly, if we convert it into a hot air balloon, some people may not be able to control themselves and may end up in outer space.
Why does hot air balloon float?
'Cause it has invisible wings.
No, it is because of density. Density is the measure of mass present per unit volume. Lesser the density, lighter will be the object. Now, density varies with temperature.
Oh, dude, it is so complicated.
All right, I'll explain. When a hot air balloon is on ground, the air inside and outside the balloon is of same temperature and density. However, when we turn on the burner of the balloon, the air inside the balloon starts getting hot. The molecules of air move faster and spread apart, taking up more space. Hence, the air inside the balloon becomes less dense than the air outside. As less dense air is lighter, the hot air balloon rises and thus begins to float. What if Earth was as hot as Venus?
No ways! AumSum is the hottest.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if Earth was as hot as Venus, we may have to apply loads and loads of sunscreen. Secondly, if Earth was as hot as Venus, we may need a lot of air conditioners. Our electricity bills may shoot through the roof. Thirdly, if Earth was as hot as Venus, no more ice will be left on planet Earth. Skiing enthusiasts may leave for a different planet. Fourthly, if Earth was as hot as Venus, we may start sweating profusely. We may need to change our clothes after every few hours. Fifthly, if Earth was as hot as Venus, ice may become as expensive as gold. Lastly, if Earth was as hot as Venus, even Moon may start feeling the heat. It may start packing its bags. What if everybody lived in a 5-star hotel?
No need. I live in a 7-star hotel.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if everybody lived in a 5-star hotel, some people may spend their entire salary just on rent. Secondly, if everybody lived in a 5-star hotel, many people may get used to the luxurious lifestyle. They may not be able to stay anywhere else. Thirdly, if everybody lived in a 5-star hotel, many food options are available in 5-star hotels. Many people may gain weight. Fourthly, if everybody lived in a 5-star hotel, 5-star hotels consume a lot of electricity. Entire electrical grid may go down. Fifthly, if everybody lived in a 5-star hotel, dry cleaning is very expensive in 5-star hotels. People may start washing and drying their own clothes. Lastly, if everybody lived in a 5-star hotel, people who have never been to a 5-star hotel will be extremely happy. Why is equator hot but poles are cold?
Because equator likes hot burgers and poles like cold burgers.
Nah. Firstly, around the equator, sun rays hit the ground at a 90-degree angle. Hence, more solar energy falls per unit area, thus making equator hot. However, near the poles, since sun rays hit the ground at a lower angle, the rays spread, causing less energy to fall per unit area, thus making poles cooler. Secondly, due to the Earth's axial tilt, poles don't receive sunlight for many months during the year, thus worsening the situation. Thirdly, as sunlight takes a long path to reach the poles, it has to deal with a greater number of atmospheric particles, which results in more absorption and scattering of sunlight. Thus, less sunlight reaches the poles. Lastly, snow at the poles reflects 75 to 95% of sunlight, which is much more as compared to that reflected by the land around the equator. Which is better, hot shower or cold shower?
No shower is the AumSum mantra.
So gross. Let's have a look at the advantages of cold showers first. As we are warm-blooded, the sudden sensation of cold water awakens our body, thus making us feel fresh and alert. Secondly, many scientists believe that when our body suddenly comes in contact with cold water, it sends a jolt of electrical impulses to our brain, helping boost our mood in the process. Lastly, cold showers may contribute to weight loss as our body might burn more fat to generate heat. Hot showers have the following advantages. Firstly, scientists believe that hot showers lead to the release of a hormone called oxytocin, easing anxiety and stress. Secondly, as hot showers can help clear the nasal passage, they might be beneficial for a person suffering from cold. Thirdly, hot water can help release tension and stiffness in our muscles. Lastly, hot water can kill bacteria, thus preventing infections. Topic: diffusion. Why can we smell hot food from a distance? Hey, looks like you have lost your way.
No, I know the way.
Fine, don't listen. See, I told you. Now listen to me. There is a restaurant next to your house where hot sizzling food is available. Right?
Oh yeah! Yummy!
Follow its smell and you will reach home.
Yippee! I have reached home!
Do you know how the smell of that food reached you? When food gets cooked, it releases some aromatic gases into the air. The molecules of these gases spread and mix with air molecules. When this air reaches our nose, we get the smell of food. This process of spreading and mixing of a substance with another substance is called diffusion.
But then, why couldn't I smell the food inside my house from a distance?
This is because that food had become cold. On heating food, the molecules of its aromatic gases gain kinetic energy and start vibrating faster. They spread and mix easily into air, leading to an increased rate of diffusion. As the food gets cold, the temperature of the aromatic gases decreases. The kinetic energy of molecules decreases and they do not vibrate as much anymore. Thus, the rate of diffusion decreases and we cannot smell the food from a distance.